And we are back with part two of this week's reading through the Messianic Jewish Family Bible Tree of Life version, TLV. And we are reading through the book of Psalms. We are reading this week through 76 to 100 in the book of Psalms. And we are we're up to Psalm 85, which is another psalm that is written by the sons of Korah, or Korah's descendants. So Psalm 85, Restore Your People from Captivity. For the music director, a psalm of the sons of Korah. Adonai, will you favor your land? Will you restore Jacob from captivity? Will you bear away your people's iniquity? Will you pardon all their sin? Selah. Will you withdraw all your wrath? Will you turn from your burning anger? Restore us, O God of our salvation, and renounce your indignation with us. Will you be angry with us forever? Will you prolong your anger from generation to generation? Will you not revive us again so your people may rejoice in you? Show us your mercy, Adonai, and grant us your salvation. And mercy and kindness is known as chesed, Chesed in Hebrew. Let me hear what God Adonai will say, for he will speak shalom to his people and to his Kedoshim, but let them not turn back to folly. Surely his salvation is near those who fear him, so that glory may dwell in our land. Loving kindness and truth meet together, righteousness and shalom kiss each other. Truth will spring up from the earth, and justice will look down from heaven. Yes, Adonai will give what is good, and our land will yield its produce. Righteousness is going before him and prepares a way for his feet. Then we go to Psalm 86, which is actually a psalm of David, slow to anger, full of chesed, which is mercy and kindness. A prayer of David. Turn your ear, Adonai, and answer me, for I am weak and needy. Watch over my soul, for I am godly. You are my God. Save your servant who trusts in you. Be gracious to me, my Lord, for to you I cry all day. Gladden the soul of your servant, for to you, my Lord, I lift up my soul. For you, my Lord, are good, and ready to forgive and full of mercy to all who call upon you. Give ear, Adonai, to my prayer. Listen to the voice of my supplications. In the day of my trouble I call upon you, for you will answer me. There is none like you among the gods, my Lord. There are no deeds like yours. All nations you have made will come and bow down before you, my Lord, and they will glorify your name. For you are great and do wonders. You alone are God. Teach me your way, Adonai, that I may walk in your truth. Give me an undivided heart to fear your name. I praise you, O Lord my God, with my whole heart, and glorify your name forever. For great is your loving kindness toward me. You have delivered my soul from the lowest part of Sheol. God, the proud have risen up against me, and a gang of ruthless people have sought my life, and have not set you before them. But you, my Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, full of love and truth. Turn to me and be gracious to me. Give your strength to your servant, and save the son of your maidservant. Make a sign for good, so that those who hate me may see it, and be ashamed. For you, Adonai, have helped me and comforted me. And now Psalm 87. This one was born in Zion, and this is also now a psalm of the sons of Korah, a song. His foundation is in the holy mountains. Adonai loves the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious things are spoken of you, city of God, Selah. I will mention Rahab and Babylon among those who acknowledge me. Behold Philistia and Tyre with Cush. This one was born there. But out of Zion, but of Zion it will be said, this one, that one, were born in her. And Elion himself will establish her, and I will count in the register of the peoples, this one was born there, Selah. Then singing and dancing, all my fountains of joy are in you. So that is the end of that one. And Psalm 88 is a cry of desperation. This is from a wise man known as Heman, a a psalm, I'm sorry, of the sons of Korah for the music director for singing Mahalath, a contemplative song of Heman, the Ezrahite. Adonai, God of my salvation, day and night I cried out before you. Let my prayer come before you. Turn your ear to my cry, for my soul is full of troubles, and my life draws near to Sheol. I am counted with those who go down into the pit. I have become as one with no strength, abandoned among the dead, like the slain that lie in the grave, whom you remember no more, cut off from your hand. You have laid me in the lowest places, in dark places, in the depths. Your wrath lies heavily on me. You afflicted me with all your waves, Selah. You have put my companions far from me. You have made me repulsive to them. I am shut in and I cannot go out. My eye fails from affliction. I call upon you every day, Adonai. I spread out my hands to you. Will you work wonders for the dead, or will the departed spirits rise up, praising you, Selah? Will your love be declared in the grave, or your faithfulness in the place of ruin? Will your wonders be known in the darkness, your righteousness in the land of oblivion? But I cried out to you, Adonai, and in the morning my prayer meets you. Adonai, why do you spurn me? Why do you hide your face from me? From my youth I have been afflicted and close to death. I suffer your terrors. I am desperate. Your fury has swept over me. Your terrors have cut me off. Like water, they surge around me all day. They close in on me together. Friend and loved one, you took far from me. Darkness has become my companion. This is really a cry of desperation from this person that wrote this. You can actually hear his anguish, his cry out to the Lord. Psalm 89 is a covenant with David's seed. This is a contemplative song of Ethan the Ezrahite. So this is another wise man that wrote, and it's a fairly long psalm actually. So we're going to read Psalm 89 now. I will sing of the love of Adonai forever. To all generations I will make known your faithfulness with my mouth. For I said, let your loving kindness be built up forever. The heavens, let your faithfulness be firm there. I've made a covenant with my chosen one. I've sworn to David, my servant, forever. I will establish your seed and build your throne from generation to generation. Selah. So this is talking about the covenant that was made um, with David's seed. The heavens praise your wonders, Adonai, your faithfulness too, in the assembly of the Kedoshim. For who in the skies can compare to Adonai? Who is like Adonai among the sons of God? God is greatly feared in the council of the holy ones, and awesome above all around him. Adonai Elohai Sabaoth, who is like you, mighty Adonai, with your faithfulness all around you. You rule over the swelling of the sea. When its waves mount up, you still them. You crushed Rahab like a slain one. Now, this is also a type and shadow because Yeshua calmed the seas as well. You scattered your enemies with your mighty arm. The heavens are yours, also yours the earth, the world and its fullness. You have founded them. You created the north and the south. Tabor and Hermon sing for joy at your name. Your arm is mighty, your hand is strong. Exalted is your right hand. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. Loving kindness and truth go before you. Blessed are the people who know the joyful shout. They walk in the light of your presence, Adonai. They rejoice in your name all day, and by your righteousness they are exalted. For you are the glory of their strength, and by your favor our horn is exalted. For our shield belongs to Adonai, and our king to the Holy One of Israel. Then you spoke in vision to your godly ones and said, I have bestowed help on a warrior. I have exalted one chosen from among the people. I have found David, my servant. With my holy oil I have anointed him. With my with him my hand will be established. Surely my arm will strengthen him. No enemy will exact tribute from him. No son of wickedness will oppress him. I will crush his adversaries before him and strike down those who hate him. My faithfulness and my loving kindness will be with him, and by my name his horn will be exalted. I will also set his hand over the sea, his right hand over the rivers. He will call to me, you are my Father, my rock, and my God, and the rock of my salvation. I also will set him as firstborn, the highest of the kings of earth. and Yeshua is born into the house of David. I will maintain my love for him forever, and my covenant with him will be firm. His seed I will establish forever, and his throne as the days of heaven. If his sons forsake, I'm sorry, I had to pause for a second there. If his sons forsake my Torah and do not walk in my judgments, if they violate my decrees and do not keep my mitzvot, then I will punish their transgression with a rod and their iniquity with flogging. But I will not withdraw my loving kindness from him, nor will I betray my faithfulness. I will not violate my covenant, nor alter what my lips have uttered. Once for all I have sworn by my holiness. Surely I will not lie to David. His descendants will endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me, and as the moon established forever, and a trustworthy witness in the sky. Selah. But you have cast off and spurned, you have become furious with your anointed one. You have renounced the covenant of your servant. You have defiled his crown, even to the ground. You have broken down all his walls. You reduced his strongholds to ruin. All who passed by have plundered him. He has become a taunt to his neighbors. You exalted the right hand of his foes and made all his enemies rejoice. You turned back to the edge of the sword and have not supported him in battle. You brought his splendor to an end, and cast his throne down to the ground. You cut short the days of his youth. You covered him with shame, Selah. How long, Adonai, will you hide yourself forever? Will your fury keep burning like fire? Remember how short my lifespan is. For what futility have you created all the children of men? What man can live and not see death? Can he deliver himself from the clutches of Sheol? Selah. Where is your former loving kindness, my Lord, which you swore to David in your faithfulness? Remember, my Lord, the mockery against your servants that I bear in my heart from so many peoples. How your enemies have mocked Adonai, how they have mocked the footsteps of your anointed one. Blessed be Adonai forever. Amen and amen. Now, I don't know where this paused. I hope it didn't pause um, earlier than I think it did. It wasn't moving at all. I'm moving on to Psalm 90. Psalm 90 is written by Moses. We just ended Psalm 89, which was written by Ethan, a wise man. So we're going to read Psalm 90. Um, and this is Get a Heart of Wisdom, a prayer of Moses, the man of God. My Lord, you have been our dwelling from generation to generation before the mountains were born, or you gave birth to the earth and the world. Even from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. You turn mankind back to dust, saying, Return, children of Adam. For 1,000 years in your sight are like a day just passing by, or like a watch in the night. So this is where we get this thing. A thousand years is just like a day to the Lord. You sweep them away in their sleep. In the morning they are like sprouting grass. In the morning it flourishes and springs up. By evening it withers and dries up. For we are consumed by your anger and terrified by your wrath. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your presence. For all our days have passed away under your wrath. We spent our years like a sigh. The span of our years is 70, or with strength 80. Yet at best they are trouble and sorrow, for they are soon gone, and we fly away. Who knows the power of your anger? Your fury leads to awe of you. So teach us to number our days so that we may get a heart of wisdom. Relent, Adonai, how long? Have compassion on your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your love, so we may sing for joy and be glad all our days. Gladden us for as many days as you have humbled us, as many years as we have seen misery. Let your work appear to your servants and your splendor on their children. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands. And Psalm 91 is really a beautiful psalm of protection. We use this in spiritual warfare. It is actually written by an anonymous writer, and one would think that it was written by David, or at least by Asaph, or one of the sons of Korah as well. But no, this is an anonymous writer, and it is Dwell in the Shelter of Elion. And this is how it reads in the Messianic Jewish Family Bible Tree of Life version. The words are just a little bit different in different versions, but it all says the same thing. He who dwells in the shelter of Elion will abide in the shadow of Shaddai. I will say of Adonai, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For He will rescue you from the hunter's trap and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is body armor and shield. You will not fear the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the plague that stalks in darkness, nor the scourge that lays waste at noon. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look on with your eyes and see the wicked paid back. For you have made Elion your dwelling, even Adonai, who is my refuge. So no evil will befall you, nor any plague come near your tent. For he will give his angels charge over you to guard you in all your ways. Upon their hands they will lift you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and cobra, trample the young lion and serpent. Because he has devoted his love to me, I will deliver him. I will set him securely on high, because he knows my name. When he calls on me, I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble, rescue him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. And Psalm 92 through 94 is also written by an anonymous writer. They're very powerful psalms, though. Beautiful psalms, actually. So Psalm 92 is an anonymous writer. It is good to praise. A psalm, a song for the Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai and to make music to your name, Elion, to declare your love in the morning and your faithfulness at night, with a 10-string harp and a resounding music on the lyre. For you made me glad, Adonai, by your deeds. I sing for joy at the works of your hands. How great are your works, Adonai! How profound are your thoughts! A brutish man does not know, nor does a fool understand. Though the wicked spring up like grass, and all evil doers flourish, it is only to be ruined forever. But you, Adonai, are exalted forever. For behold your enemies, Adonai, behold your enemies perish. All evildoers are scattered. But you exalted my horn like that of a wild ox. I am anointed with fresh oil. My eye can gaze on those lying in wait for me. My ears hear about evildoers rising up against me. The righteous will flourish like a palm tree. He will grow like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They will flourish in the courts of our God. They will still yield fruit in old age. They will be full of sap and freshness. They declare Adonai is upright, my rock. There is no injustice in him. And, and there are definitely songs that came out of this psalm. I know I'm thinking of a couple of them actually. Psalm 93 is a short psalm, and it is written by an anonymous writer. Majestic and unshakable. Adonai reigns. He is robed in majesty. Adonai has robed and armed himself with strength. Yes, the world is firmly established, unshakable. Your throne is established from of old. You are from everlasting. The floods have lifted up Adonai. The floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their crashing waves more than the sounds of many waters, more majestic than the breakers of the sea. So majestic is Adonai on high. Your testimonies are very sure. Holiness befits your house, Adonai, for endless days. And Psalm 94 is also a, an anonymous writer. He will not abandon his people. God of vengeance, Adonai, God of vengeance, shine forth. Rise up, O judge of the earth. Pay back to the proud what they deserve. How long will the wicked, Adonai, how long will the wicked gloat? They gush out, they speak arrogance. All the evildoers keep boasting. They crush your people, Adonai, and afflict your heritage. They slay the widow and the outsider and murder the fatherless. So they say Adonai does not see. The God of Jacob pays no attention. Sounds like some people of today. And, we are standing in the gap for the wickedness of the world. in prayer and doing spiritual warfare. It very much sounds like some some people of today. Pay attention. Pay attention. Stupid among the people, fools. When will you comprehend? He who planted the ear, does he not hear? He who formed the eye, does he not see? He who chastens nations, will he not rebuke? One who teaches humanity knowledge, Adonai knows human thoughts. They are but a breath. Blessed is the one you discipline, Adonai, and teach him from your Torah, to give him rest from days of trouble, until a pit is dug for the wicked. For Adonai will not forsake his people; he will never abandon his inheritance. His rightness will be restored to justice, and all the upright in heart will follow it. Who will rise up for me against the wicked? Who will stand up for me against evildoers? Unless Adonai has been my help, my soul would it would my soul would soon have dwelt in the abode of silence. Boy, I'm getting tongue tied tonight here. If I say my foot has slipped, your mercy, Adonai, will hold me up when my troubling thoughts multiply within me. Your consolations comfort my soul. Can a throne of corruption be aligned with you, planning distress by decree? They band together against the light of the righteous and condemn innocent blood. But Adonai has been my fortress and my rock, and my God, the rock of my refuge. He will repay them for their wickedness and will annihilate them in their evil. Adonai, our God, will annihilate them. So in this psalm, it is saying, in the end, the righteous will be saved, and the evil will meet their punishment of eternal damnation. I would certainly lean towards that one. Um, in it being said that way. Psalm 95 is a psalm of David. Oh, come, today hear his voice. Oh, come, let us sing for joy to Adonai. Let us shout for joy to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving. Let us shout joyfully to him with songs. For Adonai is a great God and a great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth. The mountain peaks are his also. The sea is his, he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before Adonai, our Maker, for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock of his hand. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your heart as at Meribah, as in the days of Massa in the wilderness, where when your fathers tested me, they challenged me, even though they had seen my work. For 40 years I loathed that generation, so I said, it is a people whose heart goes astray, who do not know my ways. Therefore I swore in my anger, they shall never enter into my rest. And we're back to from Psalms 96 to 100 is an anonymous writer. It is all written by someone anonymously. Psalm 96. Actually, I am going to pause it here and I will come back with part 3.